Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is D-Free here today. We are using a Year 1 Dokkan team. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit subscribe if you happen to be new for more content. If you guys like this idea, let me know in the comment section down below if you have any other ideas you guys want to see in a video format. Excuse me. So that being said, this is a really interesting team to me. It hits home for me as a player of the game since about a month after release. It hits home to me. So we're using pretty much all of the original EZAs, the primary EZAs, none of the secondary ones, because I mean there were units like STR, SS3 that kind of was an option early on in the game's lifespan as one of the best leaders in the game, things like that, right? So I want to know in the comment section down below as well, when did you start playing the game for the first time? Like, if you re-rolled, whatever, when did you start playing for the very first time? So, like I told you guys before, I originally started playing the game when the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan came out. A little bit before that, technically, because they had the Saiyan Festival banner, I think it was what it was called, and it was horrendously bad. I'm talking like 1% rates. So you guys, talking about rates nowadays, imagine then. But long story short, it has been a very long time. Now, this was actually kind of weird because I was looking through the timeline of events, and it jogged my memory that Global actually got Frieza before Gogeta, and JP got Frieza after Gogeta and Janemba came out. So it was kind of weird. It didn't really wind up mattering a whole lot, but I was like, we'll put Frieza on, whatever. So ultimately, Year 1 / game release prior to Year 1, that's what we're doing here. So we're going to jump in. We have all of the EZA units. So we're going to go here. Kid Buu, you can go there. That's fine. And then last but not least, Gogeta. So Gogeta's leader skill is actually really cool because you see I have a lot of HP because it works, right? So 3 key and 77%. That is just high enough as an all-types leader to be relevant. Like, it's not great, right? Because that's literally half of some of our best leaders in the game. A little bit worse than half anyway, but still. It's not crazy good, right? But Gogeta's still good enough to carry, as you see. And that was the whole premise of, like, Year 1 of Dokkan. You either had Gogeta after he came out anyway, and he carried no matter what team you were using. Like, you were taking on an AGL event, you would still take double Gogeta leads and whatever else you would do. Or you would be, like, kind of using Tech Cell, filling the board with orbs and using him and just doing that strategy. But nonetheless, again, blast from the past for me. So Jiren, Tech Jiren. I really don't know how far we're going to be able to go, though. This is going to actually be kind of interesting. Because the links are kind of wonky. They're not the best links, but I can say that this rotation is actually pretty good. The Goku Frieza one because of the over and a flash, but Goku and Gogeta is a little bit better. So I'm gonna float the Goku here, and we have just enough orbs to get a super with Janemba, and Janemba has type advantage, and Janemba also gets the attack gain. Awesome. By the way, guys, today's video like goal 2,000 likes. Get your boy there. Get us there for this video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video. Anyways, that being said, attack up for Janemba. 1.2, not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh, the dodge. Oof. Oof. Jiren really thought he was going to come through with that super attack, though. All right, Frieza, almost 600K. No crit. I don't think we've got a single crit in this video. To be fair, we had those type effective attacks, but no crit so far. But Goku really needs a crit. He really needs a crit. And he gets the crit to finish it off. You know what? These units are, like, just good enough to hit hard on a team like this. That's really cool, man, that you can actually even consider a team like this. It's really cool to me. We're still above the threshold, so Kid Buu's primary passive is still active as well, by the way, but I'm going to get him out of the way. We're going to put Cell in the last spot. We're going to see if we can get Cell a nice amount of orbs here. Gogeta wants rainbows, of course, but kind of so does Cell. So, to be fair, Cell can get that one on that's going to fall down. Well, it's not too bad. All right, so Gogeta's able to get a couple. Cell can get a couple here, actually. Actually, hold on. I actually need to... Actually. I need to pull up Cell again because I kind of feel like I'm misremembering a little bit. So Cell... It's either he gets bonus key or he gets bonus power. I think it's bonus key. All right, here you are. So attack and defense plus 15% per key sphere, key plus 1 in addition. So that's great. So that means I can go here and I'll be fine. I don't need to use all the green orbs that are going to pile up. I'd rather save those. So he gets 15% defense, though. This is the better route to go because there's another orb here. All right. And then, of course, again, the support is still active. So Gogeta, 1.5 million attack stat. Also, stay tuned because speaking of all of these units, very, very soon, hopefully tomorrow, I will have a video. It's had a lot of work put in by Hydro, so huge shout out to the man making my layouts and stuff for that video. But I'll have a video going over calculations and all that stuff, courtesy of a friend of mine. And I'll go over the EZAs, talk about their pros and their cons, the teams that they'd be applicable to, and just kind of rank the EZAs. It's going to be a very, very fun video. It's been a project for a bit, a couple of weeks that we've been working on it. So anyways, we have Frieza and Gogeta here. Pretty good rotation because over in a flash is a thing. Frieza, though, himself is not great here, but Janemba's good enough to stay in the front spot. We're good. We'll go here, and we'll give Frieza... We'll give Frieza these, I think. Yeah, so we can have those orange orbs piled down the middle. So, Janemba and Gogeta are two of the more recent ones. And by the way, this is the new update. Still kind of shows the rainbows background, unfortunately. Hopefully they take that off eventually. But here we go. We have 100% for him. The only one that's not is the Kid Buu, because apparently I didn't have a last dupe. I feel like I fed it. Probably did. Way back in the game, right? So actually, Gogeta's defense got lowered. I need to be aware of that. The friend of Gogeta, anyway. But I like how their stats are all kind of in the same wavelength. 180,000, 150,000 attack. Gogeta's gonna go a little bit higher. Defensive numbers are pretty much uniform across the board too. So we're gonna go here. All right. So hopefully Jiren doesn't do too much damage though. That's all I'm worried about. But you know what? Janemba will be fine defensively. I'm more or less worried about Frieza here. Oh, double attacks. That's incredibly clutch, actually. Incredibly clutch. Incredibly clutch, because Gogeta should be able to finish it. Wow, I was worried about this, man. He ain't taking any damage. And he keeps dodging supers. He keeps dodging the supers. That is so good, man. I'm going to see if I can get Gogeta some rainbows next round. The critical hit actually did kick in. I wasn't sure if he would get it, but he actually got a critical hit. What is this team, man? What is this team? All these year one units. You know, EZAs are such a weird thing. Hold on, the OSC is gonna kick in. I love this one. EZAs are such a weird thing because these units that were they were solid, right? They were solid, and I'm not gonna say they were bad, right? But they were solid prior to their EZAs on the teams they'd be applicable to. But EZA is such a big deal because of the fact that we have units that are now just better than their newer counterparts in a lot of scenarios. There's never been a new full power Frieza, IIRC. I could be mistaken, but this man's better than the IT variation. He's better than the STR variation. Cell, he's better than the STR Cell, I would say. They're a little bit different playstyle-wise, but I would still say it. I think this is the best Kid Buu in Dokkan. And then we also have this man here who, he's not better than his new one because his new one's the LR, but still. You know what I'm saying? So, that's going to be a theme. When we get AGL Super Vegito's EZA, for example, there's a really, really, really good chance he winds up being the best Super Vegito in the game. And don't get me started on Physical Vegito Blue, because when Physical Vegito Blue gets an Extreme Z Awaken, he will be so incredibly good because of the counters he has. Extreme Z Awakens at this point kind of just feels like they were a mistake. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like they're a mistake because units are just too powerful now. It's unfortunate I didn't bring a Senzu Bean, by the way. I'm going to have to use this because Kid Buu is going to get decimated otherwise. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way because I was having that thought and I was thinking about it. I was talking with a friend about it too. Shout out, you know who you are, man. Anyways. So 1.5. He did get a nice amount of rainbows there. So this is about where he's going to pretty much peak on this team. He also did have support. So that's about where his offense is going to peak. See, this is why I had to use this too. The defense up and then the mitigation. Because we do have worse defense here because of the leader skill not being as good as the more recent ones. Ooh, that climactic music, man. Oh, my gosh. Jiren, man. Oof, the dodge. All right, we're good. I really wanted to link these two together, as you guys know, but I didn't have an item to break the locking that Jiren was doing. Shout out to Ultimate Gohan, too, and any other primary Dokkan Fest EZA that I did not include here from, the first couple of years of Dokkan. They just didn't make the cut, ultimately, because Ultimate Gohan would have been a good partner. You know who the worst unit on this team is, synergistically, it's Cell. Gohan would have been a good partner for the Shocking Speed with Janemba, and that would have worked. But it's fine. Not a big deal. We can get a super here. That's great. It looks like Cell's going to get all of the orbs that Gogeta otherwise would have wanted, but it's fine because Gogeta still gets a nice amount of orbs here. He does get the rainbows, too, so hopefully he does get an additional super to kick in. Janemba's also going to get hit before he gets the opportunity to attack, so the attack did go up. So 1.3 million. 778K. Oof. Look at this man. He's tanking so good. And then Cell's over here with 1,000,000 attack stat. This is really cool. This is so cool for me. Like, I'm loving this. Speaking of loving it, ooh, that transition. So I continue to put out Buchigiri match content. It's one of my favorite games right now. If you haven't given the game a chance, check it out. There's a brand new full power Broly summon. And that banner also features a brand new Super Saiyan Gogeta. It has Gogeta, Gogeta Blue, Super Saiyan Gogeta, all from the new movie, not Super Gogeta from Fusion Reborn. Check that video out. Now is the best time to start. You only have 4 days, by the way. So it'll be down below in the description. And even if you haven't got any interest in playing, still check it out because it's an incredible game that you guys will probably enjoy watching. All right, so moving on. Well, there's a ton of attacks here. We're just going to kind of leave things how they are. Good news is we're getting the primary passive from Kid Buu. We can get 2 rainbows. That's good for Gogeta, of course. And Kid Buu will also get a super. Hey, Frieza, do you want to go ahead and crit? If you do, that'd be amazing, actually. 1.6 for Frieza. Frieza's very good. And you know what? Yeah, he went ahead and crit. Frieza probably has the most underwhelming EZA out of all of these units because he was already probably, before EZAs, it got to a point where Frieza had the best passive out of all of these units pretty much. I think that's fair to say. I think Gogeta was the most relevant though because he's Gogeta. He would link well on a lot of teams. But Frieza had pretty much the best unit out of all of these units, which is why everyone saw drastic changes and Frieza didn't really see anything. But to be fair, I think the game has changed a bit since Frieza's EZA. And if he got it today, I think he'd be a little bit better. I think they might at least up his attack game by 10%. Nothing crazy, but still. But ultimately, that is it, everyone. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you haven't been new. Check out the recommended videos. Link is down below in the description as well for that Broly. And I'll catch all of you